Hey friends, how's it going? Cameron Parker here. Welcome to this video in which I am showing you the first album, maybe two, depends on the time, that I purchased in a recent Craigslist deal. So I paid, if you missed that last video, I'll put a link to it here, but I paid $120 for 12 albums full of primarily photographs and some postcards. So let's just dive right into it and we'll see if we get through one or two albums. So before I had a chance to make this video, kind of forgot that I was going to do this series. I just got so excited about these two particular albums that last night, the same night that I purchased these, I started pulling stuff out. Then, of course, this morning I remembered, I was going to shoot a video of me going through them. So what I'm going to do is go through the cherry-picked things, and then maybe one, probably not two. Just depends on how long this video I feel like I want it to be. Alright, I moved some of my mess out of the way here. Okay, so as I indicated, I cherry-picked these things out of the albums, but what I still don't know is if these are items I'm going to sell myself or bring to WhatNot. So, we've got this lady right here. This is tiny. This is like 2 by 3. Then we have this amazing tintype. I've heard of tintypes. I've seen them up for auction on WhatNot. I've never physically held one in my hand until I bought this stuff yesterday. So this little girl, I don't know if she's alive or not, but it is creepy, but also very cool and very much intact. This is how I normally see them. Like corners busted off because they're pretty fragile, and or like some smearing. But here's a family, and then here's another family. I just think these are really cool. This says Miss R. House from the Rembrandt Photo Company in Shanghai. And this is a photograph inside of it. And it's the exact same photograph on the other side. I think what may have happened is there was an arranged marriage, because on the side of one of these photo albums, it says, well, I'll just tell you here in a second. It says Ruth Vincent House Shaw meets and marries Robert B. Shaw in China. So in one of these albums, and this might be her right here, she, in the late 1800s, early 1900s, met and married this guy. And this guy, I think, was a pastor and affiliated with the Methodist Church for years. This one's really sad because even though this baby's super cute, it says mother's brother Paul, who died before he was a year old. So that's a bit depressing. Now, these are two siblings. How do I know that? Well, on the back it says Aunt Emma, sister of James Howes. Then it says James Howes. So, siblings here. We've got this kid in this interesting outfit. And maybe the same child or sibling. Cool outfit there. I really like these real photo postcards, but I wish they didn't trim them down. I hate the fact that these are not the full size like this one. And tell me that's not a cool picture. All those people probably in the early 1900s based on those swimsuits. Well, I don't know. Maybe a little bit later. 30s? What do you say? Tell me in the comments. What era do you think this, decade do you think this is from? These ones are probably older. But these are pretty cool too. Both trimmed real photo postcards of these scenes on the beach. I believe it's in New York. Then we've got this gal outside of this old car, which is pretty cool. We've got some photographs from their trip to Japan and China. We've got this kid with his hay, taking his hay down by the bay. I don't know. Farmer taking in a crop in China. It's cool. Pack train going over mountain in North China. So it looks like they've got some donkeys. China sawmill. Okay, that's a cool one. Photograph, no date on the back. Look at this one. And this one. This looks like it belongs blown up and in a museum. Just such great subject matter, and it's very sharp for a photo. These pictures were something from I can't read that word. Something had somewhere I've never been before, maybe. I think they were awfully good. Please see that the people... So this is one of two, and I haven't found the second photograph that goes with that message. Look at this kid in his ventriloquist dummy. That is really rad. Phil and friend Charlie. Somewhere Washington, 1938. That's a fun one. Here we've got a lady with a parasol and a couple of little kids on a dock. Photograph, not a real photo. Postcard. We've got this woman called the something. I don't know. I wish I could read this cursive handwriting better. Here's this lady on a horse or donkey. Gertrude coming through one of the big gates in the city wall at, does that say Shanghai maybe? Let me know if you think that word is Shanghai. Yeah, we're not going to get through the album, y'all. This is taking forever just to go through the pictures I plucked out. But speaking of China, Emperor somebody's tomb. So that's cool. Very cool. Here's some folks here. I'm assuming in China. That's where that trip is from. This is those same little boys that we saw earlier. I think this is them growing up. I love this photo of the mom chilling in the car. The kids in the picnic blanket eating some food. And then there they are again. It's a great photo. What else? What else? What else? We got those two little boys again. I wish this would hold steady better. Sorry if the camera's bouncing. On a teeter-totter. Here they are in the water. Let me try this. That might be better. Here's a different little baby in a buggy, I guess. Old school stroller. Look at this little tyke eating food. I mean, these are really sharp photos, considering they're from, I think, the 30s. Yeah, 5/28, 1933. So that's that Robert Shaw guy with the two kids there. Just so stinking cute. Look at the fat rolls on that kid. Here he is, holding the kids there. Now look at these bathing beauties and some hunks. As an older hunk. It's a neat photo. I just love that this is a handmade looking pen. I don't know what you'd call it. Like a playpen, crib thing that they built so that they can, I don't know what they're doing, but their kid's safe in there. It's like a chicken coop with that wire. All right, about halfway through. A little baby here. 1931. Philip Shaw. It's an army photo. This one says my office and staff in the old army days back in 1954. 1954, that is. I don't know why I felt the need to emphasize that. Here's some people chilling in the water. This is a camp where the pilgrims came in. It says It says something of Plymouth, Massachusetts tourist camp, showing also the harbor where the Pilgrims landed. I think that's a neat one. We got some folks here. I got this guy coming out of the water there. This lady posed by this car. So this is all at that camp. The loveliest campsite of the summer near Harwich, Port, Cape Cod. So this is up in Massachusetts. Here's a big old family picture. Here's a couple. This might be the new married couple when they came back from China. Here's a picture of an old car. Our campsite near somewhere Pier, maybe Rhode Island. There's those little boys. Here they are again with their dog. That's a great, oh, and a cat. I didn't notice till just now. There's a cat in there too. Now we've got some school photos from the 30s. So this is grade school in Ephrata, Washington, 1938, 1939. Got the photographer information there. Second grade. All those kids, school teachers. Go through these kind of quickly. This is 1944. Sixth grade. Seventh grade. Oh, look at this. We got to read this. First row left to right. Oh, this is just people's names. So when I list this, I'll put all these names because there could be a relative of one of these people who would want this photo of their ancestor. I love how, like, there's this. This reminds me of, like, your booking photo. If you committed a crime, you know how it says your name? This little kid's like, I guess I'll hold the plaque. Grade 6, Miss Passage. This must be Miss Passage. 1946, 8th grade. Going back in time, 3rd and 4th grade. Here we've got 2nd grade. Now that's a nice looking teacher. She doesn't look like she'd smack your hand with a ruler, but you never know. 2nd grade? Yeah. All right, down to the last 3, and then I'll give you a sneak peek of one of these photos albums. I love this. Isn't this great? I don't know the value of something like this. I've never sold a photo like this before, but I just think it's cool. Really cool. Now here's just presumably a mother with her 2 little kiddos. And then you may have seen this in the preview video, but this is all those women circled. There's somebody's mother. Graduating class of 1920, Women's College. Mother is circled. So there's the mom. Anyway, let me know in the comments. What do you think of these photos? Are you as excited about them as me? Do you think that this was a good buy for me? I hope it is, will be, once I start getting these things up, listed or brought onto WhatNot. Let me move this stuff and then we'll get into one of these albums. So on the side of all of these, he has it marked pretty well. Like that, like there's photos from 1923 through 75, 1955 through 80, and all the family members that are involved in said photos. So this is, both of these albums is what I took a bunch of those photos out. So you're gonna see blank pages. In fact, this actually isn't that exciting to show you because I cherry picked out all of the really good ones. There's not to say there's not good photos in here. There still is. Like there's these old churches, the interior and exterior, the pastor and his family. There's still some scenes of babies, and I really like this one of the interior of this house, like approaching Christmas, if not exactly Christmas. I mean, if that's not nostalgic, I don't know what is. The Charlie Brown Christmas tree with the toys outside of it. Christmas, 1935. There's no people in it, but I just think it's a neat snapshot in time. Okay, so you get the gist. I mean, this is going to be full of family portraits, many of which I've already plucked some out. But there's babies in here, like that little baby that I showed you some of my favorites of. So I'll probably be bringing this stuff that's in here. I'll pull it out. Look at that. That's adorable on the little tricycle. And I'll take all this onto WhatNot, because there's still some great pictures in here, like these two little boys. And I'm going to do my best to make sure that if, like this page says, Summer Vacation Puget Sound 1934, if it doesn't say that on the back of these, then when I lot them up, I'm going to put this little insignia with it, so that, not insignia, you know what I mean, like informational piece, so that people know, like, that it's from the 30s and it's from Puget Sound, Washington. So yeah, some really great photos in here still, and I'm looking forward to bringing them up for sale on WhatNot in the future. There's the dogs, the boys with the dogs, in a smaller photo. Whoever was the photographer really captured some amazing photos of this family. Look at that kid and his gun. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of these photos, and if you're at all interested in buying any of them, make sure you follow my WhatNot link that's in the description, and bookmark my next show when I bring these photos onto WhatNot. All right, and in the next video, we will dive into another binder. How does that sound? Cool? Cool. All right, hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed watching this, and see you in the next video, friends.